When planning a trip to Kauai, it is so easy to find lists and lists of the top 10, 20 things to do that all talk about the exact same thing. Whether it's Anahola Bay or Poipu Beach Park or Wailua Falls, they seem to talk about the same things over and over again. Now don't get me wrong, those places are absolutely worth seeing, but they are by no means the only things worth seeing on Kauai. There are actually tons and tons of things to do and see, all of them fantastic and amazing and well worth your time. So today I want to bring you 10 other things to do and see on Kauai that are not what everybody else is talking about. So are you ready? Let's go ahead and dive in. The first is to hike the Pihea Trail. Now this is an absolutely stunning trail that is about 3.2 miles. It has views of the Pacific Ocean and the Kalaheo Valley below. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a fantastic place for a walk or a hike. There's amazing bird watching, wildflowers. It is absolutely breathtaking. Now this hike is considered moderate and it does take a little bit of driving to get to. It's a little bit away from the main populated areas. It is located in the Kauai State Park near Wainiha, but if you have a chance to go, it is a fantastic place to take a stroll, go hiking, or even bring your four-legged friend, which leads me into the next thing that you can do, which is to borrow a dog from the Kauai Humane Society. Now, this one is one of my favorite things to do. It is available on a couple islands. I know it's on Maui and Kauai, and I'm trying to remember if it was on Oahu. It might be on Oahu as well, but this one is, I think, super fun. You basically borrow a dog from the Humane Society, and then they give you everything you need, your leashes and snacks and things like that, and you get to take the dog for the day. Take him to the beach, take him on a hike, take him to different places on the island. It is so much fun, and it usually is a way for you to give a shelter dog a fantastic day, but it ends up resulting in you also having a fantastic day. If you like dogs at all, this one is great, especially if you have a family that likes dogs also, because they have a little four-legged buddy that can go with you on all of your adventures on Kauai. And with all of these, I've linked everything below for you, so if you'd like to check any of them out, just go ahead and take a look down there. The next one is to eat at the very amazing, delicious Pono Market. Now, this is a place where tons of locals congregate to be able to get boxed lunches, but they happen to be fantastic food. It is a local hidden gem on the east coast of Kapa'a and has tons of local dishes that reflect the local flavors and cultures of the Hawaiian Islands. It can get quite busy with locals and with tourists, so be sure to head there early, but if you want local food, it is a fantastic place to go. Now on Kauai's southern shore is a very unique location where the sand has lithified. So over the course of time, the sand has started to harden, which means it's turned to stone over time. And when you go to view it, the sand or the stone now has turned into this bright yellow, and when you juxtapose it against the deep blue ocean, it is absolutely an amazing sight to see. And not only that, it ends at a bay-like area that looks absolutely prehistoric and untouched. It is again another way to see the island that's not always the tropical waterfall type of a view that you typically get. It is a way to see the more ancient side of the island, and it is a site that is absolutely worth taking a look at. Now at the end of Kilauea Road is a little cozy hut called the Kilauea Fish Market. Now this one has actually been written up in tons of magazines because it has authentic cultural Hawaiian food that reflects all of the diverse cultures of Hawaii, because Hawaii is not just a single culture, it is a melting pot of a ton of different cultures. So they actually exemplify that in their food. They actually pride themselves on having that in their food. They also pride themselves on having fresh local food. So it is absolutely amazing. If you love seafood, you have to go here when you go to Kauai. And even if you don't like seafood, I believe they do have some barbecue options as well. It is at the end of Kilauea Road, like I said, and if you are, at the end of a day of a hike or the beach or before you head out, it is a must stop to enjoy the really truly local flavors of Hawaii and of Kauai. The next is to visit the Mokolea lava pools near the Kilauea Lighthouse. Now this is a rocky area, and by rocky I mean it's lava that is solidified into rocks. It is some areas are about 20 feet above the water, but basically what they do is the waves come in, they fill up through the holes in the lava and create tide pools, tons and tons of tide pools. And if the waves are particularly high, they actually create spouts, water spouts as well. It is a fantastic place if you love to go to the tide pools because it collects marine life so that you can take a closer look at it in very shallow water. Now, getting to it though can be a bit tricky because the rocks can be slippery, and of course it is rocky. rocky. So you really only want to go in the summer when the sea is calm and when the tide is low. You can't really go if it's going to be high tide or in the winter when the surf is a lot rougher, because that's far more dangerous to do. But if you're there in the summer, it is a fantastic place to go, especially if you love tide pools, water spouts, and just again seeing the amazing formations that the lava forms in this incredible place. Now, if you're considering learning how to surf, the best place to go on Kauai is the Anahola Beach. Now, this is known amongst the surf community as a fantastic place for beginners to learn how to surf. It is actually protected by a reef, so when heavier waves start to come in, they hit that reef and get more gentle. So by the time they get into the protected area, there are far more gentle wave that is far easier for beginners to learn on. It's going to be far less crowded than Hanalei Bay, for instance, will be, and far more gentle. So if you're learning to surf and this is your first time, this is a fantastic place to go for beginners. It also happens to be an amazing beach if you want to just relax, hang out, go snorkeling, go swimming. It is fantastic for those things as well. The next one is to visit the Menehune fish pond, which is also known as the Ale Koko fish pond. Now, this actually is a bit of mythic history of Hawaii, which talks about the mythic Hawaiian dwarves of Hawaii about the 15th century that were reported to have built a very ingenious fish pond system overnight. And what it is holes that are dug so that when the water comes in, it traps the fish. It is absolutely brilliant, but it is in a fantastic view of ancient Hawaiian aquaculture. It is located just outside of Lihue. It was added to the U.S. National Register in 1973, so you actually can't go into it and explore it, but you can take a look at it from the overlook at Hulemali Road, or if you take a kayak tour, you can go by the front of the entrance of it. But if you have a chance to get a glimpse of it, it is absolutely astounding what the ancient Hawaiians were able to do. Whether it was the Menehune or somebody else, it is still an amazing sight to see. Now, the next one is Smith's Tropical Paradise, which is a tropical oasis in Kauai. It is located in the Wailua River State Park. It is 30 acres of just amazing scenery, from waterfalls and lush greenery. It is a fantastic park to be able to explore, and people have weddings there. They have what is touted to be one of the best luau's of the island. They even have replicas of Filipino and Tahitian huts, ancient huts, and it is just a remarkable place to go. It's located just outside of Kapa'a, and it's very near to the ocean. So after you explore the garden park, you can head to the ocean and have a relaxing afternoon. A day at Smith's is a fantastic day. The next is to eat at the Kalaheo Coffee Company, which is just outside of Kalaheo. Now, this is actually raved about, absolutely raved about by locals and tourists alike. It has breakfast and lunch dishes, and it's a coffee company, so it also has a ton of flavors of coffee if you want to buy some to take home with you. And it is known for big portions, very tasty, and it is a highlight. If you like coffee, or if you're just looking for a great place to have breakfast or lunch, this place would be the top of my list. Now, if you're planning a trip to Hawaii, these videos will help you with some ideas and inspiration and how-tos. And other than that, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Have a fantastic Hawaiian vacation, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.